Welcome, ladies and gents, to the Sultan Sulahadin Abdul Aziz Mosque, ahead of today's game against Selangor. And well, as you can see from just over my shoulder, that is all of my fans. But we of course do have a couple of games to catch up on before today's match. So without further ado, let's head on into Football Manager 22. Since last episode, well, we kicked things off against the police department of all teams, and as you can see, it was a rather convincing 3-0 win. 3-0 up, in fact, within the first 30 minutes of the game. 23 shots to their 11, 11 on target to their 2, but as you can see, Aguiak was scored on the 5th, 12th minute for Akeem. We then have Cabrera on the 28th minute, but the only disappointing point, as you can see, Lowry, of all players, got himself sent off on the 85th minute. It was a really stupid challenge, didn't need to make it. As you can see, 4 of their players were on yellow cards. We were 3-0 up, there was 5 minutes left of the game. Why on earth dive in and get yourself sent off? Well, he decided to do this particular challenge. Okay friends, it's safe to say Mr. Lowry thinks that he's Karate Kid, but this did open the door for Ambila, who of course has been nagging for a little bit of game time, plays in that centre back role, and now is in our starting lineup. Mr. Lowry, you've just gone and got yourself dropped. I've had this guy knocking on my door, I've had teammates knocking on my door for this man, so he's now in the lineup. 3-1 victory. Yes, we did concede an extra goal, but we get the 3 goals going, and as you can see, Kim even grabbed himself a hat-trick, waiting till the second half, which is a little bit weird for him, but he grabbed one on the 7th minute, then he grabbed a 52nd minute goal to grab a second into the second half. They pulled one back to make it 2-1, a little bit interesting, but he decided to finish things off on the 68th minute, grab himself a hat-trick, a 9.3 rating, and yeah, solid, easy win against Penang. But the real question is, what have we got over in that notebook? Welcome, ladies and gents, back to the notebook, and well, we're starting from the bottom because we are here. No, we're actually starting from the bottom because I kind of touched on this in the previous segment. We had a team leader meeting, and that of course was regarding Jordan Ayimbila and his unhappiness at centre back. So a few of the players came to me, said, "Boss, you promised him to be a starter, he's got to be starting." So decided to follow up on that. A few important key players, I can't quite remember the exact players, but I thought, you know what, it's not worth upsetting 3 or 4 major players for this centre-back issue. So with Lowry getting himself sent off, Lowry's now got himself dropped all the way out of the team because we can't even put him on the bench. Ayimbila is going to be coming into the starting lineup for the back end of this season, and well, yeah, that is how the team now looks. In terms of other news, well, Johor DT goal bonus. Who do you think got that one? Of course, it was the hat-trick hero himself. What? Okay, it doesn't tell us how much his goal bonus is. The really confusing thing is when this pops up, it said he had 2 different goal bonuses for the same amount of games. So I'm not sure if that's goal bonuses for 2 separate contracts that then overlapped and met with that. Anyways, just an interesting point to point out. Then we have Aguiakwa, who's excited ahead of Hassan reunion. So fans of Selangor are going to be used to Mr. Aguiakwa, who of course previously played for them, but today he's here to destroy Selangor. And without further ado, let's head on over to the stadium and let's do exactly that. And so, game time is finally upon us, but what other games are going on around the league? As you can see, we have a nice little tidy gap at the top at the moment. Got ourselves a 6-point gap and a 10 goal difference on Pahang. And well, Pahang's even got themselves a little bit of a gap on Kedir as well. 6 points and 4 goal difference. So, who is playing who? Well, Kedir is versing PJ City. They should be picking up a victory in that one. Pahang is taking on Sembilan, though. That's going to be a difficult game for them. Hopefully, Sembilan can do us a little bit of a favour in that one. PDRM is taking on Penang. Now, Penang is in 5th, so they're probably going to pick up a victory against PDRM, but PDRM isn't the worst team in the world, as we saw from the catch-up. Sarawak is taking on Perak. That's going to be probably a draw. Sarawak, I would say, is favourite for that. We then have Selangor and us, which should be a good game, barring that they're the current title holders. But we nabbed a few players. We are top of the league. We're having a laugh. I think we should dominate this one. 3-0 I'm going to go for in this one. We then have Terengganu, who is in 8th versus Malacca. That should be a good little game as well. I'm going to go for a 2-1 in that one. Malacca steal it away from home. But let's head on over to the tactical meeting screen. Let's crack on with things. This is first taking on 9 for breezy, 34 degrees. Good pitch condition, 4,531 tickets being sold out of an 80,372 capacity. Rather disappointing in Selangor. You couldn't even get half the stadium. Couldn't even get a quarter of this stadium filled out. Terrible attendance. Terrible indeed, Selangor. It's not like you've got a giant stadium and you don't have the people to fill it. No, it's just you're terrible at selling tickets, clearly. Now, our team here today, though, is Mali as a backline of Ong Ayimbila, whose name is going to never sit in my brain, Kalonda, Mauricio. On the wings is Asari and Samara. In between Krasniki, our cams, of course, are Cabrera and Agyakwa. Sitting behind Hakim, a bench consisting of Biden, Eldstal, Ishak, whose name forever will confuse me with that middle name, always sliding there, and I'm always looking in the middle to read it. Safari, Mansour, Tuck, and Zamri. So let's submit the team and let's crack on with this one. Okay, it's team talk time, ladies and gents. Do we go for the passion or do we go for a bit of assertiveness? I think assertiveness is what we need here today. So we're going to point our finger, not expect it for our form. No, not for the fans because we're away from home. We're favourite for a reason. Go out there, make sure they're left with no doubt as to why. Mauricio, don't know why you're looking aggressive. Please don't break someone's legs. We don't have a replacement for you. That is the one spot I really want to pick up a replacement for. Make sure we get some cover over for Mauricio. But right now, it's going to be on to throw it in. And, well, we're going to have to wait a little bit because their transfer time is at a really odd time. As you can see, we're already slightly over the halfway point of the season. And yet their transfer window probably falls about 2/3 of the way. And we've got to wait about another month or so. We've got to play, I want to say 6 or 7 games before the window opens, and thus we're not going to be drawing our balls for that just yet. And Cabrera, though, at the near post smashes one in, and thus we can't get some cover for that right hand side just yet. But back end of the season, we shall be fine. It's just we've got to hang on with the next few games, including a couple of those big Asian Confederation Cup games. So Azari pulls it back for Ong. We don't need to see this one again. Oh, let's do it. Why not? On cross, Samara nods it down. Cabrera on the volley, smashing it into that right-hand side. But Cheng to throw it in for Selangor. Try to pull it back. Ajmal nods it back to him. What's he going to do on this byline, though? He is being pressured. Plays it up the wing. Not even going to attempt that name. And it's played back to Mohammed. Mohammed now ball up and intercepted by Ayimbala. On the volley. Okay. I question the pass. I question more the header. I think it might have been their defender who headed that. If it was Hakim, I don't know who he's nodding it onto. Mauricio, though, where's he going to go with this one? He can pull it back. He does. Goes to Kalonda. Where's Kalonda? Going up to Krasniki. Krasniki turns. Tries to pass it up to Cabrera. Nods it down for Hakim. Hakim can play it through. He's got spot on his right. He does. Agyakwa. 1-2. Nice play. Hakim. Oh! Smash it at that near post, please. I know if you got it to go, it would have slotted in. The goalkeeper would have had no chance. But honestly, you could have probably smashed it past the goalkeeper on your near post and he wouldn't have been able to react. Samara, though, whips it in. Hakim knows it across. And Cabrera, back post. 14th goal of the season. Ladies and gents, we're already 2-0 up. I might have to scrap that 3-0 guess. We might have to go to something crazy, you know. 5-0? No. 5-1. This is going to end 5-1. If we're 3-0 up before half-time, I'm going 5-1. Okay? So, 5-1. We're going 5-1. We're going to get a little crazy with this. My original guess, out the window. We've already scored 2. It's 20 minutes in. 5-1. They're going to pull one back just to make themselves feel a little bit better. But we're going to grab 5. So, Mohammed, ball over the top. Ayimbala nods it down for Cabrera. Where's he going to go with this one, though? Back to Krasniki. Krasniki tries one over the top, but Mohammed intercepts it and nods it up to Raj. Raj on the counter-attack. Turns, passes it back to Kamaran? That name is much easier to say than it looked like it was going to be. Anyway, Cabrera tries one through to Agyakwa. Intercepted by the sad man, though. And he goes back to the goalkeeper. So, It remains 2-0 here on the 19th minute. Goalkeeper tries to root one it up to Raj, and what is a Yimbler doing? He tried a diving header. Okay, chip ball, thankfully goes wide of the post, but a Yimbler, what on earth are you doing? Why are you supermaning through the air when a one-on-one is going to lead to you giving away a one-on-one with the goalkeeper if you miss that? Weird. Mauricio, though, back to Kalonda. Kalonda plays it up to Mauricio. Now, down the wing to Samara. Samara's going to get pressured. Plays it inside, though. Tries to get to Cabrera. Unfortunately intercepted, but the pass is then back to Krasniki. Ball up to Agyakwa. Hakim running at the defence. He's got two men on him. Shoots from range, though. Ooh. Not a bad effort. Keep it down a bit, though. Just keep it down. So, PDRM currently 1-1 after going 1-0 up. Kadir is currently 2-0 up against the Pajama City, and there's no other goals elsewhere to cover. So, 2-0. Did look like we was going to run away with things and make it something like 5-1, but who knows? Maybe we might have regional 3-0 guess. It's going to be nearer. Not going to have any more guesses, that is for sure. So, we've had lots of shots on so far, so I'm happy. I am happy. It was a good performance in that first half. Not just patting him on the back for the sake of patting him on the back. That was a decent effort in the first half. We could have grabbed a few more goals. There was a few wayward shots by Hakim, but for the most part, that was a good half. That pass was a bit wayward as well. And a Yimbala, we need to not have him just... He's wandering off right now. Back in the first half, he did that crazy attempt at a diving header, like a fish out of water, but... Yimbala, I want to play you. Your teammates want me to play you. Rating-wise, you're playing okay, but I've seen two very questionable things in this game so far that I really do not want you on the pitch for. So, we're using you, but if you cost us, I'm axing you pretty damn quickly. Ashri up to Hakim, though. Hakim's going to turn, pass it back to Ashri. Ball through to Ong. Ong's been a nice little run down this left-hand side. In fact, he's decided he can't be bothered, and he's going to just play it back now. Hakim on this left-hand side does have support behind him. How to pull it back here, get into the box yourself. No, he's going to try and whip it in to Agyakwa, and the cross is absolutely dismal. Thankfully, though, Yimbala does collect it on the halfway line. Cabrera over to Krasniki. That was a poor pass, and now he's going to intercept it. It's now a ball up to Raj. Raj, can he get past the defence? He is being pressured by two. He just walks around a Yimbala. Thankfully, Marilas makes a lovely save. Malias, even. But he shouldn't have had to make it. A Yimbala. You let him go one way, then the other. He literally tied you up in knots. Thankfully, the cross is headed away, and Cabrera is going to play it up to Hakim here on this right-hand side. Ball inside to Agyakwa. Continue that run, my friend Cabrera. Get up, Hakim. You've got spot in the middle. Don't pressure Samara on the edge. He's going to go back to Mauricio, and that is over, ladies and gents. The other games are all 0-0 still. Lau from range. Malias, beautiful save. Not a bad attempt from the free kick, but our goalkeeper was just that little bit better. Just that little bit. Mauricio on a 6.3, though, is worrying me. Unfortunately, like I previously said many times, we don't really have a suitable replacement. Lau, where's he going to go with this one? Ball up to Rashid. Rashid, he turns again. He's going to try and whip it across, perhaps. Yes, he is being pressured out wide. Whips one in near post. Kalonda clears away. Samara, can we get a counter-attack going? He's got support. Agyakwa, maybe ball over the top to Hakim. No, he tries it through to Hakim. Now he's going to hold possession. Pulls it back to Agyakwa. Now with Krasniki. Hakim, he's going to go for a ball over the top to Cabrera, but it's too long. Cheng, the right back, will collect it and play it back to the goalkeeper. So, substitution time is upon us, but they have a corner. What are they going to do? Back post, whips it in, nod. And Raj, he beats our goalkeeper one-on-one. Just stood on top of him. Punch him in the head, keeper. Don't mind you giving away the penalty there if it stops the goal. Just punch him in the head, you know? Bang. Right, so tactics. What is the plan here? Mauricio on the 6.2. If we had a suitable replacement, would be the plan, but we do not. So we are going for fitness over sleepiness. Krasniki is tired. Mansour is going to come on for the Krasniki. We then have Samarit. How are you feeling? Very tired. Okay, well, Safari can come on for you. Agyakwa is tired as well. Well, we have the tuck. He can tuck in there. So, let's try and hold on to this lead. Maybe it's going to be a half and half. Maybe both of my guesses were wrong in their own different ways. Perhaps it's going to be a 3-1 in this one. But Ayimbala nods it on to Cabrera. Over to Ong. Ong, he's going to go inside to Ayimbala. Ayimbala, we need to get this third one, really. Just to make things comfortable, you know. Over with Cabrera, though. Nods it down for Hakim. Hakim's got a little bit of space. Maybe through to Cabrera. Cabrera made a nice run. Wrong side, my friend. It's balled over to Safari, though. Safari can get in a good cross. And he's got plenty of players in the box to get it to. Whips it in. Cabrera can't get onto the end of it. It's nodded away by the defender. Mansour, win this race, please. Yes. Come on. Out to Ong now down the wing. Come on. You've got spot down the wing. No. Pass it. Pass it, my friend. Asari now getting double teamed. Thankfully runs between them and gets down this left hand side. Now pull it back. Oh, he's going to whip it in himself. Hakim, keep your head down. Great opportunity. But Hakim again cannot keep his shot down. Ladies and gents, we remain only 2-1 up in this one. Is there any more goals around the league going on? No. Kadir is still 2-0 up. And PDRM is still 1-1. So 84th minute. Hakim, where's he going to go with this one? Inside to Mansour. Mansour tries to get to Hakim. It's up to Cabrera. Perhaps whip one in. You've got support behind you, On. Pull it back. Pull it back, On. Pull it back. No, he's going to whip it in back post. Safari nods it back across Hakim. He finally gets one on target. Unfortunately, it was the softest header of his life. Hakim, you've got to head it better than that, my friend. Thankfully, we do have Cabrera on a free kick. Whips it in back post. Tuck now, of all people. Not sure how good his crossing is, but he's going to pull it across for Mansour. Mansour, pull it back. You've got spot. Kalonda. No, that... Okay, if that ended up in the top left corner, I would have been happy. But you had better options. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted out. Let's try and quickly click the player to see who the other one was, who was in a better position to pass it and possibly get a shot off. But it's okay. We survived. We maintained our lead, and ladies and gents, we've just picked up a 2-1 victory against the current title holders. Like I said, though, we'd already decimated them before this game. We'd taken 2 or 3 of their key players away, and, well, those 2 or 3 key players might be able to turn things around and make the fixture go the other way. Thankfully, they were on our side, though. So, got away with a victory in this one. Hopefully you join us back for the next episode, which I think is going to be a little different. I think what we're going to do is a double header, including that away leg in... I can't quite remember where our away leg is. So, going to keep that one a surprise. I want to say Vietnam, but Vietnam's where we was last time. So, it probably isn't Cambodia. I think we're in Cambodia for the next one. Don't hold me to that one, but I think we might be back for Cambodia. I think we're going to play the first leg at home. I'm going to do a catch-up of the game in between, and then we'll come back, have our nice relaxing time over in Cambodia, or wherever we actually are. But enough rambling from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you all have a lovely week ahead of you, and goodbye.